This got to be the beautiful, most beautiful mom. So pretty. When you could just see all of the pretty pebbles. Oh, my pinks. I love my pinks the month of October. I love them so much. Breast Cancer Awareness Month and pink. I don't have no problem with it. Y'all, everything, it's just starting to die back. That's emotional for me. I just don't like this part. This is a house plant. This was my first time growing a house plant outside and seeing them come back from the ground. Wow. House plants. My first year putting my house plants outside on the porch and finding homes. So what to do with certain containers. And there's one down on the end. This was my first year doing that. A house plant planted outside because of zones that dies to the ground and come back. That's like amazing. When in a house, it'll just stay alive all year. But long story short, I need to come out here and pull these stems off and put them in water to start some more plants. And now this will be the one plant in my garden that I can make new plants from and plant them all over. And that's how you start free planting. First year doing a container. Looks like this creeping Jenny is just creeping on the inside. Oh, look at that purple there. I didn't even know these were going to bloom purple. If I did, I would have bought more. Oh my God. My fall pinks. Essie happily and family. Fun gardening. Hi, I'm Essie Happily, and today's topic, as Dream interrupts us, is do I care about my gardening channel? This has been a topic on my mind as being a new gardener, a new YouTuber, doing this as a hobby. Oh wow, this is the mom here. I like this, how it's opening up the difference of that red versus the more spent blooms, how that's changing color. I questioned myself along this process, how much time to put towards learning, how much time to practice speaking about what I'm learning. As I've learned new plants this year, I've managed, these are my butterfly bushes, which you can't see right there. That well, locations, I'm testing out locations. Sometimes you plant things and it does not look the same way it looks when you see it in someone else's yard. So yeah, I'm hoping to have that underplanted with white butterfly bushes, and then to have the white butterfly bushes popping up against that red right there. Will it happen? Who knows? But that was my first year testing those out. And versus speaking about what I love to do. Oh, I see that a bloom is opening up over here by the hydrangea. Oh, look at this bulb. It's soon to appear. Bobo, my first Bobo bloom. I learned at the learning side to speak about the things that you've newly gained, the humility of knowing that it takes time and multiple experiences to test knowledge. Hopefully that didn't go over some people's head. This is just an example of my favorite plant, and I'm looking at some type of fly over it, but it's not a bee. So I love plants that have different things flying over it for good reasons. As I learn plants, as I learn the process of what type of bugs, hopefully I'll eventually know what type of insects, what type of everything of each one of my plants. Like, I would like to learn the characteristics of the plant over time. Confidence is not just what looks good. Confidence is what you can keep alive. Confidence is what testing your limits. Oh, whoosh. Why I feel like that up under? This leaf is super soft. Oh my God, y'all just saw real life me feeling the back of these leaves and how fuzzy it is. I don't like that. Oh, I see ladybugs eating. Okay, so now I've learned that ladybugs eat whatever vegetable this is. Oh no, this is why I don't grow vegetables. I don't like bugs. I am actually afraid of ladybugs. Y'all, I don't got time for this learning, but this is learning. You learn what it is you want to grow and test your limits. I push myself to limits, and that's why I ain't saw a ladybug not last year. Why I got a ladybug this year? Because I decided to grow food. Growing food is still growing on me as a gardener, y'all. Confidence is sometimes doing what you don't know will look good. For instance, this garra, at first I started off with garras over here, and I didn't want the contrast of this garra up against the stone, so I went with a more lighter tone. And so that's the only one that's left here that needs to be relocated, because that's going to get so large where it's going to take up this whole space. So this year was my first year dealing with garra, learning how fast they grow in one season, which is the full maturity. We'll go over there. That testing your limits is actually believing it before it comes to fruition. The full maturity is over here. When I planted it, I didn't know this, but that I'll be able to look, I'll be able to look at the garras from here moving up. They blow in the wind, so the strings, I didn't know what that look was going to look like. And so now I have a whole season experience. This is what it's looking like at the end of its cycle. And moving on and testing yourself again if it does not. It's never failure in gardening. Okay, do I love my gardening channel? This channel was started to document my life, raising Legend and having Legend out here in the garden, being home. This was going to be his first official home. I wanted to document that so he can come back and see where it all started here in Georgia, providing a life for him of stability, where most of his childhood memories will be taking place. That was my reason for starting this channel. So as I learned, my mentality was do this for me, do this for my family, and share that experience with other people. So the focus wasn't so much just gardening. I showed you all my real day because if anyone wants to question if I really care about my channel, in spite of circumstances, in spite of how many responsibilities I have out here with a dog and a kid, I still give you the best I got at the time. Might not be near the best I have if I had all the time and all the focus, but I am a gardener that loves it that much where I'm going to make the sacrifices to document the process and to show you all my joy. I love the process of becoming a dedicated gardener. And I'm dedicated all because it's in my heart. It's something that I would never live without. Y'all, let's take a look at some things, because the question is, how much do I like my gardening channel? Learning. So I made videos to also keep up with the process that I've taken learning, becoming a gardener. So I film from that approach. Do I care about it? So when it comes to filming is encouraging for me, because I ultimately was doing this channel for myself and Legend and just sharing. Until I became a gardener, my approach was to do that until I become a well-learned and diverse plants type of gardener. So I didn't teach as much, but you all, everybody have a different style. Okay, Legend, I don't want that. I'm looking at these pretty flowers here. This was the first plant that was recommended to me by Miss Renee's garden. Legend, you're interrupting me. Okay. And so this is like whenever I come and look over here, I think of you, Miss Renee, because you told me to put these babies in the ground. Now, I still waiting to see if they come back season after season. But anywho, now I get to become a gardener that think of other gardeners. So if you have something that, Legend, is not stuck. If you have something that was given to you by other gardeners, which I, oh my God, am noticing that you all are. A lot of you all have been gifting each other, and that's lovely, lovely to see. Oh my gosh, I just got my first late bloom. Legend, what, baby? I'm filming, and this is my real life, so I decided to do a more blog style, this approach, because editing is fine, but seeing my real world is ultimately what I wanted to document. But I just got my first blue billow hydrangea flower of the year. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I am about to get, oh my goodness, another one right here. Oh my goodness, and another one right there. I am, here you go, baby. I am so excited. Legend just threw the toy, y'all. For real, real life. And this is also why I haven't been, that's Legend over there looking a mess. Hi, Legend. Now you want to say hi? Are you going to be good for the camera? You're going to throw the truck. Is this me showing that my child is a little bit bad? A little bit when he don't get his way? For the most part, I have a very listening child, but that's what he get. Did y'all see? Did y'all see him just trip? See, the universe do not like a bad child. And then he's just pulling my lights out of my plants. Legend, can you not mess up? So my job in gardening, this was my first year with my true gardening, was watching and disciplining my son while Legend, can you put that back, please? Thank you so much. While I garden. It was a different experience, living in the moment. I didn't really have the camera set down. It took a lot of my time. But I'm getting another one. I don't even know on this. Let me see if, y'all, I got about 7 varieties. This one over here in this corner, I don't see any signs. But let's see. I don't see any signs on any of the other ones. I don't come over here that often either, because I really don't like to walk along this edge down here. That's really pretty dangerous. So let me step down. Yeah, that's why I don't. That's going to be my excuse as to why I need to come over here and pull weeds. So this is the, I normally come out here before when they're smaller. My weeds are smaller than this, but I haven't. And this is what underground the roots look like. And I need to come out here and pull in this area. This is the one area I just let take over itself because I wanted it to fill out so much that weeds did not grow. But still up under here, some weeds, as you can see, literally it's growing from the hole itself over there. What else? Oh, that's a vine weed down there. Oh, that's another vine weed. So these are weeds that was like here, that were here, y'all. And already when I planted the plant and found its way home. Oh, so with that being said, next year I want to do a little bit better job at explaining the process of learning a plant and how it grows in my garden, in my soil. And this would be an example. This was my first year planting Lantana. Let me get a little close. First year planting Lantana. Now this is how my lantanas look in my garden. And maybe if I had this in more sun, I have more color, or maybe my color is deciding to come. As you all see, I have buds. So maybe it was more so October, and maybe this is going to be very yellow. And y'all, if this thing turning out to be super blush, oh my gosh, I ain't been back here in a while, like that back, then y'all gonna understand why I decided to do. That baby died this year, and that was planted here years ago. So I don't know why when I moved back it decided to die. But y'all, look at this lantana. Let me do it like that. Y'all, look at that lantana. Now I can kind of see the spreading low. So maybe they fall low and then they grow high too. Maybe they grow lower when it's searching for light. I'm unsure. But I must say that this is my first year with Lantana, and if it turns out that pretty yellow, like that yellow, then y'all will now see why I put Lantanas right here and then a yellow background, because to me, that is gorgeous. That's yellow up against that yellow. And I took a lot of plants out here because I did not know. I had a low-growing Lantana with a low-growing rose, and long story short, I wanted the pink with the yellow. So every year I can have that for breast cancer month. But this grow way too large, so I'm not able to do that. So now I'm going to underplant this area over here with something that'll bring that in. And in my walkway, these are just now coming in, the anemones. So I'll wait for that pink to flower. I have a pink mum. Okay. Yeah, so, oh, here's some of the pink. So there's some of the pink. And then you have the pink mum. It'll be a circular motion of pink up in there. That is what I am going for. And yeah, this is my pink. My breast cancer month pink is starting to come in this is before I have it planted. We got to see what end up happening. My walk roundabout, I still have a hydrangea right here that the deer has come and ate on. Like, I could just see, yeah, my deer have been coming back here. And then I have another one over there. I don't think those are getting enough sunlight because I don't have any blooms. But that was going to be the white against the lantana pink to soften. That pink was the theme. And all of this was from last year. This is all of the ground covers that have come back from last year. One there. These are asters. So like those white ones But this is my first year just seeing what ground cover looks like when you plant it. And then I have just like weeds up in here that I need to come out, weed out. So this year, that's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on more so on starting new plants, being smarter. Look how long this one is over here. Look at this. It's already rooted. Look, I have another one rooting in the ground. That's how easy. And I pulled that root out right there. You all can see right here. I just pulled that root out the ground. So I need to poke you back down. So pretty much, I can plant this whole thing in the ground, this whole stem in the ground right here, and it will grow as a new plant. And then just be able to pop it out and pop it back in. Now this is just ground cover. Now this is a mix of 3 ground covers. I know that's the John Cooper something right there. But this is 3 different ground covers growing in one ball besides the weeds. So yeah, a mix of 3 ground covers. My first year doing it, I just was testing out things last year. And so becoming this gardener, I am now sharing my experience. I think I went through, everything else. Oh, these Mexican. Now, I always only remember, but this was considered an annual, and it came on back here. So now I do notice that I don't even know what plant this is, to be very honest, but that came back from last year too. Oh, my peaches did good. The last year they didn't give me peaches, and this year it did, so I did right by them. It's another butterfly bush. Butterfly bushes, mine just didn't do a really good job at being bright bloom. So I be thinking that maybe if you have a certain background, you can see the blooms better popping up against the background. Oh, this was my first year. I just let my vines, but I like this look. My big old Clarence Emerald Holly. But yeah, this was the first year. I just let these vines grow on down. And look, they looking for a home down here. They trying to attach, looking for a home. I want you to grow inside my home. Come here now. Come on here. So now my first year learning that the vines will reach for something to attach to. I have definitely learned that these things did not flower that much. They were native to my woods. They were native to. Hey, look, the dog. You trying to bite my baby toy. I just caught you. See, this is what I go through in real life. Legend, get your monster truck. Stop, Dream. No. So then I gotta, Legend, get it. Legend, I said Legend, get it. See, I gotta discipline, get it, Papa. Gotta discipline the dog and discipline Legend. Oh, child, I tell you, work. Oh, look at these elephant ears. I should have put these in the ground because they are growing very slow in this pot. Ridiculously slow. Oh, that's a pretty color though. That's why I fell in love with it, for this blue. All right. What else, y'all? This area I just planted up for this year. It didn't do major. Like my potato vines didn't grow full in because I wasn't watering them at all. I just popped this stuff in there, put some ground cover down, and they dried all the way out, and then they fought back, came back to life. They didn't die. But yeah, that was my first year really getting experience with neglecting a plant. I didn't water these verbenias here either. I didn't pull weeds. I didn't do anything. And this is what the bed looks like. And I don't have a potato vine. Look at this one little potato vine over here. It's the same size as when I put her in the ground, and sure enough, no growth. It stayed alive. Good thing I did not lose a plant. But some of these potato vines, yeah, I came and pulled out. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna put these in a place it can flourish it. But oh, that's a big old weed. How you get up in these? I must have pulled this when I came over here and mulch. So some areas I do come pull some weeds. Oh, look at that daisy. I just like them daisies. I need to cut that off and put that in my bouquet. But y'all, yeah, that's how I've been gardening, learning, and I appreciate taking my time. I like to be a thorough learner, which means don't speak too soon, because I can actually come up with my way of doing things. You know, that's how you become, to me, an established, mature gardener. You learn how to tips and tricks that work for you, and then you get to share them with others. So for those people who do have your tips, tricks. Oh, yes, y'all. I learned that on my hummingbird feeders that ants attack hummingbirds. And them things was crawling all up everything. Wherever you put it in the ground, them ants don't find it. So I'm going to learn a better way. I wanted to learn, or pay attention to the hummingbirds, and because they were coming this year. Yes. My plant got knocked over. Glad I did a walk around today, because it would have been out there not getting water for these next 3 days. Y'all, this is my azalea. I do get buds, azaleas. That looks like it's going to be full on this tree because it's buds everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. So I'm hoping I get an entire flush of these beautiful azaleas. This was the full pink. Yeah, these buds are all coming later. So I'm just waiting. Oh, look here, this peach verbena. That's pretty. I love that. Verbenias don't really give me a huge show. I don't feed anything in my garden. So I think that's going to be next year where I learn how to feed annuals. But that's actually a perennial, I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. I didn't even see this. I didn't come out here to see this here flower. But these haven't put on any growth. Those hibiscus. So I'm unsure if those are going to put on growth this season or not. But that's what I'm doing. My first year having hibiscus has been a learning experience. That's so pretty. Fallsy. Just fallsy colors. And my azaleas look like this because I trimmed them up and I split them. I've done everything because I wanted a lot of space up under and not to have the bushy effect. But yeah, I lost some babies. It looks like lack of watering, or yeah, I think these are lack of watering from planting. I didn't even know I planted a lantana out here. So I guess that lantana is going to grow full. But I think these are lack of water. And that's the thing when fall start coming around. You don't know as stuff start to die back and others flourish. You just don't know. Okay, so what else, y'all? These hydrangea blooms. I'm just getting a few more white. So can y'all see white, white, back there, white. I can't wait to see a hedge. It's going to be beautiful. I believe it's going to be beautiful. And now, I'm noticing how, look at Legend. That's what Legend is doing, playing with rocks. I'm noticing how my crepe myrtles are now finished blooming in October. So then I'm learning based on my seasons, what time do the blooms end. So next year I'll still have, well, we don't even know because I planted these from the nursery. So next year I have no definite on when I would give my hydrangea heads, when I would have to deal with wilting based on how big the heads get. I have to learn all of that and then get my schedule of when I will cut them off, because I'm getting a new flush when everybody else's are already. But then that's different zones. So following people, watching people from different zones, learning your gardening, learning your zone, it's all a process and it's amazing. And these crepe myrtles, because I just bought them, they're about to give me some more flowering. But maybe next year it'll be at the rate of those crepe myrtles up there, established. So I have to wait to see. This is the Delta. Let me come up here on the move. This is the thing about living on the hill. I gotta come out here and get this leveled. Gotta find level ground. Get me something to put up under each one of these. Oh, this baby, lack of watering. And I be knowing that when I put certain things, it's so much to maintain. Oh my gosh, look at this, Shakia. Okay, or it's probably not just that. It could be Legend, well, not up there, but these dogs and Legend, they come over here and knock over stuff all the time. My real life. Everyday gardening vlog. I am loving seeing fall colors. My seedling's still doing good over here. Oh, that looks so pretty. Where did this is another Lantana. I'm just liking that color after they've still falling off. Yeah, that's interesting. Anyhow, that was pretty to me. Yeah, because that's what the Lantana purple. Do these change colors? Because at first it was more yellow. Now I don't see any yellow. I see all purple. Do it go through phases of coming in all yellow and then coming in all pink? I'm so confused. See, this buying new. Oh, did I have a first freeze? All of a sudden, all of my, y'all, everything, it's just starting to die back. That's emotional for me. I just don't like this part of gardening. I do not like to watch things die back. And this is things I don't be caring for about filming to teach, because at this stage it's still heartbreaking and I don't want to look at a plant in its dying moments. Oh, here come more of my yellow. Isn't that so pretty at that stage? Petal number 1, petal number 2, but that's gorgeous. Pinks. Come on. This was a mom. Another pink one that came back from last year. I need to come out here and get some of these heads to save these seeds. Oh yeah, and then I moved my more pinkish rows over here. So hopefully it give me another round of a pretty flush of pink to match with that pink and orange up there. It's a little splash of color. That rug is doing really beautiful back there. If you watch the video. Oh, for some reason, this didn't hurt this time go round. Wow. I don't know what I touched, but these are thorny, and whatever I just touched did not hurt a little baby girl. But anywho, that's what that area is looking like. I like the textures, y'all. Just textures of the two. And a 3 right there. I really want to get 2 more to place up in there, but for right now, I put those 2 over here, transplanting them. So I have to just wait, like I'm assuming. Oh, but it's so much. What else? Oh, I'm getting another bud. All of this is just newly transplanted hibiscus here. This garden space, I'm going to have to wait for, because I learned that my deer will come in my garden. So, wow. That's wow. To go a whole year with no deer and then deer decide to appear it blows my mind. This is what people really deal with. This is my first year planting a juga and just watching it creep. I didn't know it was going to creep. Oh, it's not technically growing. Yeah, the leaves are growing around here. I thought it would creep in, which it will. I guess I can always push it to the side, because I don't want it to ever cover up the look. I just want it to grow, yeah, around, if y'all can see. I want it to grow around and be able to see the whole center, and then creep on through, fill all the way in. And eventually all of this will fill in, and you won't even be able to see the rock and all of that up against this Japanese maple. So that's my one project of learning that I'm doing this year. I really am going to have to, I want these hydrangeas, oak leaf hydrangeas, to stay here, so I have to figure out the solution to that. That's just another, that's probably what type of hydrangea is this? Strawberry Sunday, most likely. I need to come out here and water these. This was planted this season. I can't lose those. Those are my end goal, my 3 years down the line. Fern spray. Something else is the name, but I think I remember fern spray, y'all. Sorry. Second year growing. Sometimes I leave a pot of water out here, so I'll be able to come out here and pour this water into a plant, because I don't be wanting to get a hose all the time. So sometimes you could just leave a pot out and then come out here, newly transplanted plants, just come out here and consistently water them. And that one was there from last year, so I don't even give it any extra water. That's a hydrangea. Yeah, and I don't really take care of this area either. It takes care of itself, and I'm letting it do itself, and then I'll just come every year as stuff grow in, and I'll decide on if I want to keep it versus if I do not. And then those rose bushes will get big, and everything will fill in. It's just one day it'll be filled. This wasn't the year, so I don't show that area. But sometimes I just don't show the areas that I'm still learning from. I don't push the process. But this is what's going on pretty much around my garden. And by this time, I heard Legend walking and moving, but I can't specifically tell you, Legend, what he's doing. Like when I'm focused parenting, that I know what he's doing and why he's doing it. Legend. This is real life. So Legend does not say anything when you call them. So, like, yeah, mama, I don't get all of that. Legend. Legend. So, Legend is not in his room. So, this is why I cannot film y'all, because with all this time, oh, now he wants to come. I could lose my kid. Legend, what were you doing? You heard me calling you? I did start some new coleus and I put them down here, but I did not put them in water. I just cut them off and planted them in the ground, and it looks like, let's see if it's dead. Looks like it's not dead. It just has, yeah, it has no growth. So you can propagate coleus by putting them in water and getting roots, or for me, putting them in the ground. I just know, or maybe it hasn't had enough roots formed to grow, and that's why it hasn't. So y'all, I'm still waiting to see the result of that as the season go on. This is the potato vine, and I just have it in here inside of a moon shadow winter creeper. So that gets really large. So this is not going to be in here forever. I just placed those in that container. I like that pink there. Oh, this mom is so pretty. I placed it in the ground because I knew I wouldn't be here to water it. And it is just too cute. I'm sorry. This got to be the beautiful, most beautiful mum. You see how these mums' flowers are really big compared to my other mums? They just don't get this fat and beautiful. I have to pop this into a container, take it out the ground, because that is too amazing to me, y'all. My first year with a variety of mums. It is. Oh, I love to come fall color and see this little pop right here. That is just so pretty to me. Oh, yeah, my other mums don't. Yeah, I showed y'all, it does not get that big. There's a pretty pink. These petunias, I don't feed them. That's why I'm sure they don't grow. They live. These sedums here, pinks, but they have not grown any. Oh, so pretty. Nothing really has changed in my garden since the last time I showed some of the things. This rose is going to give me some buds, I'm assuming soon, and I'll be able to get some roses on here. And you all know I trimmed this up to make it into more so a tree. I don't even know if the stems that I had, if they lived. I have to come out here and see. It doesn't look like they did to me. But y'all, this has been my year gardening. My second season being a full-time gardener. It has been a really, really beautiful journey. Learning so many plants, learning how they grow in my garden, and sharing with you all to the best extent that I feel comfortable doing so what it has, my journey. I am loving the shine on this fiddle. This is the Ficus irata bambino. So, yeah, baby. But this one I almost overwatered, and I stopped watering, and the leaves came back. So I definitely have learned. Legend and I do a horrible job with houseplants, so this will be our second season. Try not to overwater our houseplants. It will be our second season. Got one bad leaf on here. You can go, you're a pretty fall color, but you don't belong. It just don't belong. It's another house plant. It's not doing really well. had it in the house. Whenever I take stuff in the house, it lost all of its leaves. So I brought it back outside. I am loving that all of these beauties are going to go in the house. I just have to do a really good job of keeping them healthy. That needs more water. This is one of my favorite ones back here. It loves this light. This is my first houseplant actually watching it grow. It has gotten taller, and I'm not even going to move it. It's to the point I don't even touch it because it's doing such a good job. Houseplants, I learned, don't touch things. Touching it, overwatering it, changing pots can sometimes kill it. This coleus gave me 3 new leaves sitting on the porch. That was interesting. But y'all, besides that, I'm Esty Happily. I will see y'all in my next one. This turned out to be an hour long. Wow. I gave you an hour of my time. That's how much I care about my channel. See y'all in my next one. Bye-bye. Learning a plant. Learning plants.